a lot of boost left. He's lost the ball. Another clear, and more time eating away at G2's hopes.
And all that blood, sweat, and tears scattered throughout the season, leading to this moment. BDS, less than a minute left to go.
Up high, chain apps, he's got a lot in the tank. He's got the backboard open, but it's taken away. Monkey Moon diving back again. BDS, impossible to beat. Extra, getting that one down. 30 seconds left until BDS are champion.
G2, they've got to find something. Is it Chicago in the corner? A follow-up.
Oh!
It goes wide. Seiko doesn't even have to go.
20 seconds. G2 deflated. And they've got nothing. BDS, one more. Oh! Monkey Moon puts the dagger into G2's heart.
There are no more questions that can be asked of this legendary Team BDS squad.
12 seconds. It might as well be a victory lap around Wasteland Night. Seiko around the corner. G2 to the scrapyard. Team BDS to the hall. Your world champions.
Team BDS stands alone at the top of the world.
Legends in the making. Now, legends made.
No more questions. The book is complete.
for your winners and new Rocket League champions of the world, Team BDS!
Dickies Arena. Give it up for your world champions of BDS. The journey has been long. We have waited 973 days to crown a new world champion. Now here we stand. I mean, I see the emotions in your eyes, but I have to ask, what does this feel like?
I have no words to describe how I'm feeling right now. I do not even realize that we won, and thank you guys, thank you so much.
Crowning a champion doesn't always come with a good side of things. There are sacrifices that need to be made to get to this very stage. I want to touch a little bit on the sacrifices that you guys have had to endure to make it this far.
I mean, esports job, no matter what, like players, manager, coach, is like a 24/24 and 7x7 job. You have to take care of every problem that can possibly happen. I'm talking as a coach, of course, but it's a lot of anticipation, it's a lot of thinking, it's a lot of understanding who you work with and adapt to them. So yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice. You have to think a lot and take decisions. Of course, I'm not the only one who take decisions. I do it with them, and being world champion means that we took good decisions. So I'm really happy about it.
Extra, just the same question for you. Anything you want to add on just the hardships, the things you've given up to be on this very stage?
I've sacrificed a lot since London. Top 16 is not a good result for us. It's very hard mentally to bounce back from this, and I'm happy to prove everyone here that we are the best team and the best team in the world.
And you did. Now, you had success at the Stockholm Major. Roster change happened. Things didn't really go your way. Was there ever any doubts that entered your mind for the team's success and your journey this year?
I mean, Seiko's rivalry is a pretty good thing for us. Very good event if we did very good. Mark as well. Shout out to him as well. And yeah, I have no words to describe anything right now. Thank you.
Extra, my friend. There are many people out there who want to be just like you. They want to stand on this very stage one day. Fellow players of yours, what is the message you have for them? The grind, the sacrifices, and what it takes to get here.
Honestly, don't ever start to doubt about yourself. Just keep pushing and you will get there.
One final question here. What does it mean for you guys to be able to share this stage together? It's not just you, it's you and your friends and your teammates. What does that mean for you?
I mean, my team is my family, my second family, so that means everything to me.
Family is everything. The tournament has been long. The year has been long. For everybody here in attendance, all 13,000 of you, and for everybody watching at home, I give you the best team in the world, BDS.
days, but finally, we have a new world champion.
What a story for BDS. The onliners, the team that made their name through the online period of RLCS. RLCS X, strongest team. They also dominated this season and they proved they could do it all once again. To be at the top for 2 years in Rocket League is one of the hardest feats to do, and they've done it here again.
They made a massive move picking up Seiko, and when they did, we said, you know what? This could be the best team in the world, and they proved that here today.
And 10 months is a long time through a season. BDS, there was times when people thought they couldn't play on this stage. They were 0-9 between the Winter Major and then the Spring Major. But they came into this through the main event because of all the points that occurred. They made it through the upper bracket. They never lost in this tournament.
And you gotta give it to them, man. You really do that. To go through what they've gone through. The adversity, the speculation, the doubters, including myself in the RLCS online era. Everybody's saying you gotta legitimize it on land. You gotta do it. They did it in fall, then ever since then they went 0-9, they dropped Mark, pick up Seiko, it still didn't work. And yet they continued to push and push and push. And now, they sit here as world champions. Nothing short of incredible.
We were talking about the Dignitas era previously. Then we've talked about how BDS ruled through the online era. I think it's time, Gibbs, we call it what it is. We're in the BDS era. It's their world and we're just living in it.
Absolutely. So this is a new era of Rocket League. We're done with half-season world championships. It's full year. BDS throughout all of online, we thought they would contend for this. And now they've won it all.
They had so many doubters since their success at the fall major. Obviously, they had the roster move as well, but I think they proved that, you know, all that matters is the World Championship. Do it on the best day, on the biggest stage. And they proved that, you know what, take the final major off. Rest up, recover, and come back strong. These guys, they're living up to expectations. Or I'm sure their expectations is to be the best team in the world. And they've done that today.
I mean, Seiko, a relative unknown before this this season of RLCS, and came in and straight away on endpoint looked amazing. Dominated one of the strongest players we've seen, and putting these three players together, they play the fundamentals of Rocket League better than no other team. You cannot out-fundamental this BDS roster.
That's right.
and they deserve the success, and it shows to all those less mechanical players out there. Obviously, you have to execute well, but you don't have to do anything flashy to win a world championship.
This is Gregan's dream right here.
I love it.
Nothing but fundamentals wins the world championship.
I'm coming back, baby.
Oh, man. But go ahead.
Gibbs, how early did you predict the BDS? When did you say that BDS was going to win this?
You know, I don't want to brag. It was like a month and a half ago, but you know.
As I said, I think a lot of people did when Seiko came on board, right?
Yeah, but that was after 0-9. I did it after London Major. But, you know, I'm not gonna
listen. Seiko's a world champion, but it's also important to say that Mark by 8 is a world champion as well.
What a shout.
Oh, my gosh. It's just, you got to be happy for him, man. I'm not even
And on this stage, though, as well, because we've seen 3 majors. When it's in NA, then NA wins it. When it's in Europe, then we see Europe win it. But BDS to come in here.
That's how strong they are.
And beat them versus G2, a fan favorite. The crowd was behind them after every goal, but still, they persevered.
They didn't give the crowd the opportunity to be behind them. They shut them down.
They didn't, and I think they loved that situation as well. Seeing extra pop off for every goal. And to their credit, they came in hot into that grand final, and G2, that looked a bit cold to start off with, and they didn't give them an inch. They kept the foot down. And they gave them a game in the end, but I think that was just for respect.
That's something BDS have done this whole season, though. They make teams look worse because it's so frustrating to play against a team doing simple stuff that well because there's no space on the pitch. You don't feel like you could ever break them down. Yeah. So you start second-guessing every touch you make because if you make a slightly wrong decision, you're going to get counterattacked for it.
And you feel in your hearts for Chicago and JNAPS the exact same situation, exact same score line as in Season 7.
It felt very similar to Season 7. Yeah. You know, the whole top 8 all on the final day with the quarters, semis, final, and then have this European team come in and upset G2 in the final, taking the first 3 games, going down 4-1. It's so many similarities. So G2 are going to be feeling that symmetry.
To their credit, though, they hadn't really put a foot wrong until this grand final. They were flawless. They were so clinical, G2, but unfortunately, they just came up against a better team on the day.
Ripped the floor out from under them there, and we've been talking about Seiko, how strong of a move that was. We've been talking about him being the obvious choice for Rookie of the Year. How about one more accolade? We have votes for MVPs here at the event. The overall MVP for our Rocket League World Championship going to be Seiko here from Team BDS. Congratulations to Seiko, World's MVP for RLCS 21.
What a performance. He led in goals per game. He was a catalyst for the BDS offense. And that's what they needed. They needed to quiet this crowd early, and that's exactly what he did.
They did.
Phenomenal. I mean, he didn't put a foot wrong the whole time. And I think the important thing as well with BDS is that Extra stepped up as well in that final.
That's facts.
And it wasn't just the Seiko show, which we sort of had early on in the tournament. That whole team was incredible.
I want to tell a little anecdote of Extra. I met him back in 2019 when I was with Vitality, and he came up to me and he said, I want to be like K-Dop. I want to be the best rotational player in the world. And he's proven it here today. He went to Montreal, we chatted for a bit, and I just looked back at a message from him saying, I want to be the best rotational player in the world. And that's always been his aim, and he showed it. Fundamentals, rotation, that's always been his goal. And yet, even here in the final, he stepped up in every other aspect of his game with some of the best goals of the final as well.
He was incredible. Now, we do also give out an MVP for offensive and defensive player of the tournament, the offensive MVP. And a wonderful shout out to the runner-up here. It's going to be Chicago and the performance he put on, not just through this grand final, but through the entire event.
Yeah, he was fighting for goals per game lead the entire tournament, and G2 came out red hot throughout that main event. When they played Furia, where we thought it was the best series of the entire land, Chicago was that man on the offensive side.
I mean, we have top right Tommy. We're probably going to name the other top left corner for Chicago. He was finding consistently every single series, so full respect to him. He was dominant.
Wonderful performance from him. We heard from Extra the entire time. He's been the primary spokesman for the team. We've talked about Seiko being the overall MVP. The only player we haven't really said by name up here is our defensive MVP of the tournament, going to be Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon taking home the defensive MVP title.
And historically not known for his defense, he was more the offensive powerhouse of BDS when they had Mark on the team, and he's taken up that role, recognizing that Seiko was the stronger offensive player, so he's looking to leave that space for Seiko, which is such a mature approach for any pro player.
That's so huge. It feels like the old days of Energy when Garrett G was getting new teammates and he would have to move to a defensive role.
Yep.
And now we see it with Monkey Moon. He wanted to win. That's more important than player accolades. He still got one, but he wanted to win more than anything.
And that shows how great he is. When they picked up Seiko, it was who's going to be the best player on the team? Who's going to get the numbers? Monkey Moon, and I think losing in London helped them out phenomenally because then they figured it out. It's like Monkey Moon realized, I just got to let Seiko go and I got to fill in. And that's the way I'm going to become a champion. It happened today.
He's too good in offense, Seiko. Like, you would say he's one-dimensional because he's just an offensive
He's just an offensive juggernaut.
And Monkey Moon's just an all-around great player. So he's thinking, well, if you're scoring the goals, I'll sit back and do the rest.
What a season. The season is finally concluded here. BDS are the world champions, and it'll be another 12 months, a year before we possibly crown another one here. What an event this has been, and I've had such a privilege to work alongside some of the best people in the business. Bates, this has been, what a season for you. What a season for all of us.
I mean,
let's give it up for Bates real quick. Let's give it up for Bates. Coming in this season, first touch and everything, just popping off, getting the whole crowd behind him. 13,000 people were cheering with you for G2 pick. It's a lot of fun to watch, man.
I mean, incredible to be here. Going through my failures as a player, but now I finally found my little family, my success on the desk. So.
All the family.
With the legends.
Why'd you look at me when you said failures?
You're not a failure.
It's been an incredible season. We've had so many games, so many teams, so many regions competing, and we could not do it without the regional managers that helped make this possible. Big shout outs to Ben, Dylan, Herman, Jaden, Mateo, and Nish for their work keeping our scene global. We could not do it without you. Thank you so much to all of the fans. Thank you so much to the casting team, the players, the production crew in the back. Thank you at home for watching. Thank you. This has been RLCS 2021. I'm Wave Punk. I'll see you guys next season.